Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late November 2021. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's take a little temperature of the energy, shall we? We're going to start with a couple of oracle cards here, just to breeze into this reading nice and smooth. You know how we do it. So let's shuffle it up one time for the beautiful Capricorn collective. Please, in late November. And yeah, we're going to look at these cards super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end of the reading, I'm going to pull you a bonus spread with the Shadowland Tarot to see what type of shadow work you might want to lean into in this time. And those spreads have been really interesting. So let's just get it underway here, shall we? Let's get it going for Capricorn in late November. And I really like those shadow work spreads because they've been coming out super interesting. There's a lot for you to consider and think about. Okay, so we have some possible control-based issues or topics with this first oracle card, and then there's some complexity with the second. Now, before we fully dive into this, if you're new here, I'm going to be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. But into the reading we go. When we look at this first card, you see this person, they're kind of dressed up like the fool within the tarot deck, but notice they have the puppets on the strings. So that's the main theme, like either guiding a situation, trying to get a situation under control, whether you're controlling yourself or things around you. Hopefully it's not the most negative thing where someone's a little too over-controlling of you, but all things have positives and negatives, and this might just be a main topic to watch out for in the coming days and weeks. Keeping something under control. Not letting something go off the rails. Now, the second card we have here is very complex to me because you see this woman looking in the mirror. She has the mask. There's multiple mirrors, multiple reflections. There's a Russian doll here. So to me, it speaks of complex, layered situations as well. There might be multiple energies affecting you. That's a type of energy I've been seeing for Capricorn recently as well. So either layered, complex situations under the surface or a lot of things just getting in your energy, whether good or bad. So we're going to dive in deeper on all this. We're going to get into tarot itself now. So let's shuffle it up one time. We're going to get you 3 in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify as always. So let's see what we have for Capricorn here. My gods, talk to me. Now, the last couple of weeks, the energy has been extremely action-based, whether that's a lot of things changing and going on around you, or it's a want or a need for some sort of shake-up from the monotony. Last week was big breakthrough incoming. The week before that was a surprising change. So you kind of see what we're getting at. So we're going to see what we have this week because energies are always changing. And I'm expecting a little change from the usual. I mean, we still have action. I'll just say that because we got the 8 of Wands in position number 1. Now, that's a huge card of communication. And we're using this new deck. I mean, it's not new in print, but it's new to me. Okay, we have Justice in the center. You might be tied to a Libra. We're not going to lean on that too much just yet because that could also be karmic situations. Let's get one more here, then we'll really start to break it down. Wow, the Sun. Super positive. So initially, we're having a lot of very powerful energies here, which, as I already said, there was a lot of action-based energy in the last couple of weeks. A lot of power in all of these cards, especially with the 2 major arcana. But we're going to go through, talk about some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get the juicier messages. But position number 1, we have the 8 of Wands, usually depicted similar to this, with arrows shooting through the air. So once again, we think of action, we think of speed. This is a big card of communications, talking, sending messages. And the thing that I love about this deck that I'm using right now, it has like the planetary symbols on top. This one is that Mercury type of energy. It does have Sagittarius there too, but we think of communication with this card mainly. Okay, so we'll see what clarifies it when we try to unearth the rest of the message. But taking up the exact center, we have the Justice card. If you're not tied to a Libra or there's an important one in your life, sometimes it could speak about decisions, choices. It could speak about legal situations, paperwork, contracts, things like that. But this is the biggest card of karma to me. The karmic wheel of life, the karmic scales tipping. So hopefully it's good karma, a karmic reward possibly. We have the Sun coming up right next to it. Could be somebody paying karmic debt sometimes, but we'll see. We still have to clarify and pull more energy. Now, the second major arcana we have right next to it is the Sun, and as I said, this big, heavy, action-based, change-based type of energy is still persisting because that's what major arcana are. They're big archetypes, big changes that could be going on in life. Now, the Sun could be a possible Leo in your life you might be tied to. Most positive card in the tarot deck. I mean, It could be argued that other ones are on a similar level, but the sun is beautiful. It's that light, it's that truth, happiness, abundance, love. It could also be things being revealed or made known to you. Whenever I see the sun, I think of any sort of revelation, something becoming clear, or a eureka moment, literally. So we'll see what all this is about, because we do have to get more detail. We're going to jump in and clarify now. So let's get that card right in place here for the Capricorns. We're going to shuffle it up one time for you, my friends. I always love doing the intuitive portion. Let's shuffle it up. What do we got for Capricorn late November, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research, rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to go in on this Eight of Wands. And also, if you know how to read cards yourself, that's why this box is here. You could play along, drop any messages you have down below, share it with your collective, because I don't mind at all. There's so many ways to interpret these cards. But let's see what's up with this Eight of Wands here. What's the Eight of Wands here for Capricorn, please? Thank you. Yep, pretty quick. Yeah, Ace of Wands, wow. Yeah, a lot of you might be on the precipice of a new opportunity or a new cycle for sure. Now, the Ace of Wands is very fired up, and we're seeing it once again, that action-based, that fast movement. All aces are opportunities, and this could be about the direction of your energy. For some of you, this could be some good news coming in for sure, or someone offering you an opportunity to start a new cycle for some reason. Now, there could be a dual message here, because when we talk about fire energy, it could be good, it could be passion driven, but it can also be explosive. It can also be tempers flaring if it's not passion and drive. So that's something to be aware of, that you might have some high octane type of conversations, explosive talks, explosive conversations. But to me, this does lean a little more positive, because I feel like it could be some good news, especially with the ace under this Eight of Wands. There might be something being offered to you in a good way in the coming days and weeks. There's absolutely good energetic opportunity for that for sure. So we're going to go in on this Justice card. I feel like I don't have to complicate that message too much. It is what it is. Pretty simple. And the thing with opportunities always is, if you don't take the opportunity, hey, you don't have to take every opportunity that's offered to you. But if you don't jump on it, it can shrivel up. So let's see what's up with Justice here. Why is Justice here for Capricorn? Yeah, then we'll get into the Sun and do all the rest of the stuff. Taking it one step at a time here for Capricorn, please. Ace of Pentacles, wow. Beautiful. Yeah, the universe might be offering something up to you on a silver platter. Okay, now you know I'm a very optimistic reader if you watch my readings. But when we have double aces, especially both in the clarifications, I feel just some really good possibilities coming your way. Now, that doesn't mean every single Capricorn is going to have amazing life-changing possibilities, but there's good energy here, especially with the Ace of Pentacles under Justice, the scales. You might be rewarded for some hard work that you put in. You might be rewarded for things you've been through. Maybe you've made the right choice, and the universe is going to reward you here. This feels good. This is karma in a good way to me, okay? Now, if some of you are going through legal situations, it could swing in your fashion, that's for sure. Okay, with this Ace of Pentacles. But the double aces, new cycles, as I said, the action, the change, it's still looking really good to me. And the universe might be rewarding you for things that you've been through, things that you've done. Okay, there's good energetic possibilities here, which I really like, especially since we have the Sun on the back. But we'll see what that's about. Let's keep progressing through the reading, then I'll give you a quick recap before we get into your bonus spread and we do some shadow work, which is nice because it feels like this is a mostly positive reading, and the shadow work can get a little dark sometimes. But let's see what's up with this Sun here. Why is the Sun here for Capricorn? Really liking it. Why is the Sun here for Capricorn? Thank you. Yeah, Moon in reverse. Oh, man. That's so interesting. Now, the Moon in reverse is just reiterating that Sun energy. Now, you might be tied to the Pisces whenever the Moon is there. But the Moon is generally a card of things that are a little murky, unseen, secret, unexpected. That's what I think of. When it shows up in reverse, that's always something being made known to you, something being revealed. So if you've been digging for information, if you've been trying to figure your way forward, get through issues and stuff like that, things could become very clear to you in this time. There could be some sort of revelation that comes out, and that's just how this feels to me. Because the light of the Sun illuminates all, especially with the Moon in reverse, like this murky, hidden type of energy, this unexpected energy. it's not going to persist. So if you're dealing with any sorts of mysteries or confusion, you can expect that to clear up in the coming days and weeks. This feels good, especially with the possibilities. I'd say this whole reading overall is extremely positive, okay? Aside from like the good news, the universe giving you a little, here you go, a little bone, this feels nice to me, okay? So especially if there's something you're having confusion about, nothing can be hidden forever here on the back end. It's good. Good revelation. So if you kindly look down in the box, we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow work. In position number 1, we have that fast-paced 8 of Wands clarified by the Ace of Wands, that big fire energy in the beginning. Could be good or bad. You could have a good opportunity offered to you. This could be a communication of a good kind. But on the inverse, since it is so fired up, I said that could be an explosive or volatile type of communication. So that's something to watch out for. You might be a little more riled up than you usually are. But moving to the center, we have Justice with the Ace of Pentacles. Absolutely beautiful. The universe might be putting something right in your lap. Opportunity after opportunity here. This could be a karmic reward, or the universe like really pushing you in a certain direction for the things you've been through. If you've passed these tests, like you could be rewarded in some way. Bringing it to the very back end, we have the sun with the moon in reverse. This is like a double reiteration of that sun energy, that beautiful light, love, happiness. There could be some sort of revelation, whatever it might be, especially if you're dealing with hidden things or you don't understand something or there's a little confusion. This sun should illuminate all, so you might be having eureka moments. Things make sense to you. The path forward becomes clear. The revelation energy is holding strong, and the positivity is as well. So please take a screenshot of that. We're going to get into the shadow work here. I'd say overall this was a very, very positive spread this week for you, Capricorn. I like it. So we're going to shuffle it up one time here for my Capricorn friends. And yeah, we're using the Shadowland Tarot. And it's an important tool. Tarot itself is versatile, but it can be used for shadow work. And I do believe that from time to time, it's important for us to take a look at our shadows, okay? So if these don't hit for you, it's all good. You only take it how it does, just like with every single reading. But this deck can be a little dark, so we're going to be looking at the dark underbelly of this energy. So let's get it going here. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's just get 3. We're going to keep it moving pretty quick. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, 3 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So more of that fired up energy showing up once again. It's like you can't escape it the past couple of weeks. And you know my opinions on fire energy, about its positives and negatives. Let's keep it going, though. Let's get this last one here, because it's important to remember that we have to look at the darker sides of these cards, okay? And the sun shows up once again, which I feel is really nice. And that happens a lot when we do the shadow work spreads, is like at least one card from the main spread tends to pop out. But let's go through this super quick. The 3 of Wands is inaction. It is a waiting type of energy. So maybe some of you feel like you've let something pass you by in the past, especially with all the opportunity we saw in the spread itself. This could be someone who's waiting around patiently. Nothing wrong with patience. It is a virtue, but sometimes if you wait too long on something and you don't push forward with it, that could be a problem. Okay, so that might be something that you hold on to. Maybe you feel like you've let something slip through your fingers, or you didn't put forth enough effort into getting something. Don't be too stagnant is what this card tells us in regards to shadows. Now, the Queen of Wands could represent a fire sign. You may have scars in regards to a fire sign that you've had dealings with. It's a strong feminine energy, and it's about one's self-confidence. So when we're looking at the darker side, this could be someone who's lacking a little self-confidence. Like deep down on the inside, you might feel like you're not worthy about something. But also the inverse of this is there could be a little arrogance with the Queen of Wands. So maybe there's somebody who's done a little damage that was very, very arrogant, maybe a little narcissistic with this. It's all about that self-confidence in either extreme, whether positive or negative. You might want to take a look at in this time. Now we're picking up big Leo energy here as we move to the sun once again, especially with all the fire, the Queen of Wands, extremely fiery. And the dark side of the sun to me does speak about being a little too pessimistic, because we know the sun is the most positive card within the deck. On the inverse, I mean, it could either be someone who is not seeing the sun, not seeing the silver lining. But there's also that same level of toxicity sometimes when somebody is way too optimistic, that imbalance. So you need to make sure that in the coming days and weeks, if something is revealed to you with the Sun card, if something does make sense to you, you try to stay balanced. See the silver lining of situations. Be a little more positive. So I feel like this shadow spread isn't treacherous whatsoever, but it's something you might want to take a look at. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the November subscriber surprise. For the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful classic Tarot Grand Luxe. This is an awesome deck, and I absolutely love it. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always. We always keep an attitude of gratitude around here. So let me know down in the comments something you are grateful for. It could be anything. And second, you must be subscribed, of course, which I'm sure you already are at this point. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners at random. My friends, thank you so much. As always, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.